For more on this story, we can bring in France 24's Wassim Nasr. Wassim, great to see you. Why are we seeing these sectarian clashes involving the Druze minority in Syria?
Well, actually, almost a week ago, there was an audio, finally a fake audio, attributed to a Druze sheikh insulting the Prophet, which ignited people to go into the street, manifestations, and on the other hand, Druze militants to attack checkpoints of the new Syrian authorities. As we speak, we have 47 Druze militiamen killed, 28 security members, 14 civilians, and 4 civilians due to drone strikes. Here's the map where the turmoil happened in the suburbs of Damascus, as you can see, and the yellow zone of Suwaida. We have footage of troop transports going into Sahnaya, meaning when they pacified the area, security forces to stop the fighting, and here it is. And we can see also the most important attacks happened in northern of Suwaida in the area called As-Sura al-Kubra, and we have pictures actually of a memorial of Haitham Zahreddin, who was a former general of the Syrian army, loyal to Assad, who was burned by local militants, and even his house was burned. Here's his house actually, so it's a vengeance act. But what also happened is actually they went into a kind of mausoleum of a Druze community. We have a video, and which was burned actually by the locals. So it's a religious site for the Druze community who got burned. And here we see the upstick, and like a sectarian turmoil that was like 3 days ago.
So where are we now, almost a week after this violence erupted?
Well, actually, we have two figures in the Druze community. We have Sheikh al-Hijri. We have his picture, maybe that we can see. He's against Shara. He's the man in the middle, and he is calling his men to resist to al-Shara as we speak. Another figure is al-Ba'lus. He's another Druze figure, actually, who's with Shara, helping Shara, and himself, his dad was killed by Assad following a kind of fatwa by al-Hijri that we saw before. So inside the Druze community, there is turmoil regarding this issue. This picture is of him in 2022, so al-Balus fighting other Druze militants who were at the time loyalists to Assad. And there is also a regional dimension. We're going to see the Druze Lebanese leader who went to Damascus on the 2nd of May. We have his picture to meet Shara actually, and to support him, just to say that this turmoil isn't aimed only at Druze, that it's a problem that is not like a sectarian problem. They got an agreement with the help of Jumblat regarding the Sahnaya area that we saw before. It's the 4th agreement since the fall of Assad. We have pictures of Druze militants being liberated by the security forces. Here they are. So they are liberated and met by religious Druze figures. And we have also pictures of heavy armament that was handed to the new Syrian authorities. So we are talking about the heavy machine guns, Zu-23, that were handed. In the Suwaida area, the agreement that was accomplished is that Druze militants would take back the area that we talked about, and we have a footage of this, the area of As-Sura al-Kubra, where we saw the destroying of the Druze mausoleum. And the fact is that al-Hijri imposed on Shara that former Assad soldiers and militia and supporters integrate those forces, and his own forces, meaning actual security forces, left the area. So this is the state of the agreement as we speak now. But of course, among the supporters of Shara, some people don't actually like it, because Sunni tribesmen in Suwaida are fighting, still fighting till yesterday, the Druze militiamen. And we have footage actually of a Sunni sheikh at the time when the Syrian government was declared. And here it is. He talked to Shara and he told him, like, very vehemently that Sunnis in Suwaida are still marginalized, meaning under Assad they were marginalized and now they are marginalized. And actually it's his men today, or some of his men, that are fighting the Druze, meaning the Sunnis in Suwaida expect actually to take profit from the fall of Assad, which is not the case. And here when he talks to them, he tells them, we are not represented. And Shara tells him, you are represented with the Minister of Agriculture. But actually the Minister of Agriculture from Suwaida is a Druze. So you see, the situation is complicated. The Sunnis there don't consider that they are represented by Druze, and Shara is trying actually to handle both sides.
So given that Syrian authorities are trying to get a control of the situation by themselves, Why is Israel getting involved?
Well, actually, Israel is engaged. We have footage actually of the first drone strike. There was 3 strikes in the suburb of Damascus, helping Druze militants, as Israel says. They are actually answering the call of Druze in Israel, because Druze are really incorporated in the army in Israel and are very active in the Israeli society. And actually, they asked the prime minister to act in Syria in support of Druze in Syria, actually. But on the other hand, we should know that more than 800 strikes, Israeli strikes, happened in Syria since the fall of the regime, meaning artillery or by plane, and we have more than 200 incursions on Syrian soil. They enlarged the territory of activity of the Israeli army since the fall of Assad, and up to now, Syria or the new government did not respond yet. There was 2 Jewish delegations, for example, coming from the States, Syrian Jewish delegations, who came into Syria after more than 50 years of being banned from going into Syria because the new government accepted it. The actual Minister of Foreign Affairs, Syrian Minister of Foreign Affairs, met Jewish representatives in New York. He even met the Rabbi Cooper and the Pastor Moore, who are coming to visit actually Syria soon. And here we see the Syrian president with the Azeri president, Aliyev, one of the most reliable allies of Israel in the region. And here we saw a delegation from Azerbaijan visiting the Syrian president in Damascus 2 days ago, meaning Syria is trying actually to find an agreement with Israel through Azerbaijan and through pressure from American Jewish community, some of the American Jewish community, in order to calm things down and to stop the interventions of Israel on Syrian soil.
We'll see if that in fact does happen. Thank you very much for that, Wassim Nasr there.